Stand Up Diaries with Michelle Christine.
Hello and welcome to Stand Up Diaries, entry 146. And this 5, I actually wrote a 5 here by accident, but I didn't want to waste the paper and I had already done it, so I figured what the heck. So this is a 6, entry 146, and it says 1 yes, 2 no. And then there's a little picture of a road there because last week was really busy. On Wednesday, I drove to Waterloo and with a car full of comics, and we did a show there. And then on Thursday, I did a Rising Star competition for the Brantford Comedy Festival. And I actually thought that the festival I went to over the weekend in Windsor was my first comedy festival, but I forgot. The Brantford Rising Star competition I did last year was the first comedy festival I ever did. And then this year I did the Rising Star competition again for the second year running, and I didn't advance. It's like the top 2 people from each night move on to the finals, and then for for winning the Rising Star competition, you get to open for, I think their gala, I think it was like Jeremy Hotz or something like that. So you get to open for a really high profile comic, which would be really cool. So I got into the contest, but I didn't advance. I wasn't part of the top 2. 3 people actually advanced: JJ Lieberman, Chris Allen, and Jordan Foisey, and they all deserved it, and they all had great sets. I followed JJ, and it was really hard because he killed it. And then the next night, the very next night on Friday, I went out to Windsor for the Border City Comedy Festival, and it's the first year running. It's an inaugural year, and it was at the Comedy Quarry right downtown. And then the first night was a Friday, and then you do 6 minutes. The top 3 people move on out of 8 people, and then the top 3 people get to do a 10-minute set on Saturday. So a lot of driving. Dean came up with me. We rented a hotel for a couple nights. Regardless of the outcome, we just thought, why not make a fun weekend of it. We went to Point Pelee National Park as well, which is the southernmost part of Canada. Had our pictures taken, no biggie. But anyway, so on Friday night, I don't know, Dean came. It was really fun, good atmosphere. I felt confident about my material. I just decided, hey, you know what, the night before I didn't advance, who cares, just have fun with it. And I advanced, which was really cool. And then I got to perform on Saturday, made the drive to Windsor all the more worth it. And then I didn't advance on the Saturday, but Ryan Horwood had a great set. He's been doing comedy for a long time, and I learned a lot from just watching him perform. But all in all, it's great. You're gonna have more rejections than yeses, or more no's than yeses, especially early in your career, but you just learn to handle them, because really you're putting yourself out there a lot, and you should be getting a lot of no's, and that it's good to get a lot of no's, because it means that you're trying and you're asking and you're reaching, right, and you're stretching yourself. And then, some yeses will come, and hopefully with greater frequency as you become a better comic. Anyways, this has been your next edition of Stand Up Diaries with Michelle Christine. I have been Michelle Christine.